This is what you wanted, Donald? Special forces from France, special forces from Denmark, special forces from Sweden, special forces from Germany, special forces from Canada, special forces from other European nations are all heading to Nuuk in Greenland to support the sovereignty of Greenland. This as Donald Trump's pick to become the next ambassador to Iceland thinks it's funny that after the United States annexes Canada and annexes Greenland, that he's going to become the governor of Iceland, and that'll become the 52nd or 53rd state. This is what this despicable regime is saying right now, and world leaders are asserting strength against Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is showing weakness.
The book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thy heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, said the Lord. If these came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Shall I not in that day, said the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau? And thy mighty men, O 10 men, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
Greetings from the east to north to south, and this wicked ass west. The topic: how did Greenland turn red, white, and blue? The questions: why you think the world has turned against America? Let's get into it. I'm your host. I am the one.
According to the scriptures, the European nations, or NATO, America's allies, will turn against them. This is according to the scriptures. The first time I ever heard this was about 10 years ago. I'm going to play the clip. It was the Bishop, Nathaniel, IUIC. And as he was reading the scriptures, he brought out that the European Union will turn against America. Now, mind you, 10 years ago, you would not have thought that. But the Bible is a true book. I remember hearing it 10 years ago from the bishop. As a matter of fact, I was searching through YouTube, and his voice stopped me in my tracks. I distinctly remember that. And according to the scriptures, he was teaching that the European Union will turn against America. And we're living in 2026 right now. And we can begin to see Bible prophecy being fulfilled. So instead of me talking about it, let's go to the next clip.
Revelation 17, verse 14.
Uh-huh.
These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is Lord of lords and King of kings. And they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful.
The angels, come on.
And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore.
These shall hate who, brothers? Who's the whore, brothers? America. The European Union shall hate America. Go ahead.
And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
Go ahead.
For God hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of God shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city, which reigneth over the kings of the earth.
Now let's be realistic. What city reigns over the kings of the earth? What nation reigns over the kings of the earth? It's undeniable. They have this organization called the United Nations. But in reality, there's no such thing as the United Nations. It's called the United States. If you have veto power, that when you have maybe 89% of the nations voting one way, and America decides to say, no, we're going to go this way, and the bill goes the way that the United States says that the bill goes, you tell me who's reigning over the kings of the earth. There's one nation that reigns over the kings of the earth. We were taught so different back in the 70s and maybe even in the 80s, because we thought this thing they call the Cold War. They say America versus the Russians. They taught us that the Russians were the enemy. Realistically, the GDP of Russia back then, if I'm not mistaken, let's say it was $2 trillion. During that same time, America's GDP was, let's say, 15, maybe 20 trillion. You see the comparisons. It's not even close. It's not even close. But the lie they sold us back in the 70s and the 80s, we would think that they were telling the truth. We thought it was a real rivalry. But in reality, it wasn't. Let's go to the next clip.
Alle de ord, jeg selv sagt ikke må sige. Der er ikke én gang, man må fejl. Ikke engang ord i situationen.
A disastrous meeting just unfolded at the White House between the Danish and Greenlandic foreign ministers and the top Trump administration officials, J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio, and others. You saw right there the Danish foreign minister, Lars Løkke Rasmussen, walking out, running out, very angry about what just transpired at the White House. Rasmussen, the foreign minister of Denmark, spoke to the press after this horrible meeting where he said it was clear that the Trump regime wants to conquer Greenland and that they really had no interest in compromise. They kept on talking about conquering Greenland, conquering Denmark, going to war, invading, and that is unacceptable to us. Let me show you what Denmark's foreign minister Rasmussen had to say. And then I want to talk about what's now happening with European countries sending their military into Greenland right now, whether it's Germany, whether it's France opening up a consulate, Sweden sending its special forces there. Europe is on high alert, preparing for a United States invasion, and Europe is ready to go to war, if necessary, to protect Denmark and Greenland. Here's Denmark's foreign minister after the Greenland meeting saying it's clear that Trump wishes to conquer Greenland. Play this clip.
But it's not that I'm now, saying everything is solved. It's not solved. We didn't manage, but I honestly speaking, I didn't believe that was doable. We didn't manage to change the American position. It's clear that the president has this wish of conquering over Greenland. We made it very, very clear that this is not in the interest of the kingdom. There's a government in Greenland with support from 3/4 of the Greenlandic population. The premier made it very, very clear yesterday that Greenland, for the time being and for foreseeable future, will remain within the kingdom of Denmark. And therefore, this is a common position that we want to work with our American friends and allies, but it must be a respectful cooperation and it must respect the red lines.
As you can see, this man respects nobody. He respects nothing. The Bible makes it clear. The mind of the king is in the hands of the Lord, and he turns it any way he wants. If you are a Bible believer, you will remember Pharaoh, the Egyptian leader. His heart was hardened by the Most High God. Donald Trump, no doubt, is sent by God, because he's going to allow everybody to see that the Most High God is God. Trump is very arrogant, but he have no idea he's just a human. You know, he respects nobody. All of the deaths that he's responsible for, when he dropped bomb after bomb after bomb on nations, and he could care less. And this guy, he's going to say there must be respect on both ends. Respect on both ends. It's not going to happen. You are dealing with a demon. And all of these good Christian white people that swear that Donald Trump is the guy, all I can do is tell you, keep living. You will see something that you have never seen before in your lifetime. Let's go to the next clip.
But prophecy says the European Union shall turn on America. We don't see, because everything look all peaceful, right? They working together. Right. Everything looks hunky-dory with the European Union. Now, y'all see in the news, Greece is kind of upset. They said, how come our euro is failing? Pay attention to the news.
That clip you just seen was about 10 years ago. I remember when Greece collapsed economically. If you don't believe me, look it up about maybe 10 years ago. I remember when that scenario happened. Everything seemed to be okay 10 years ago when the bishop prophesied what's going to happen according to the scriptures. Now here it is 10 years later, and you see what's happening. Pay attention to the news, the true news. Thank you for watching. I am your host. I am the one.